guys and gals, Neri here for Drake Wayne Gaming, and so if you bound toward the Gaming Drag today, I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Wayfinder. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Right. There we go, okay. Arin nods and Geralt and Bjorn smirk. Okay, well, I make my decision. When I make my decision, how will I let you three know? Do you guys have, like, cell phones? Oh, we usually just use our HAL, but we can use magic to communicate as well. Whoa, really? What can't these guys do? I never thought wolf giants were real, but if I had, I definitely would not have pegged them as being good at magic of all things. I wonder if they can teach me any. Well, can I use magic? Can you guys teach me? They look at one another nervously, with Arin walking up to me and patting me on the shoulder. Before he can shoot me down, Geralt chimes in. Have strange things happened to you lately? Aside from meeting 3 wolf giants? The 3 of them chuckle. There are a few things, aside from just using my finder power to find a book on a shelf and making it fall, which I really need to read in return. I also managed to find your voices in the HAL last night just by thinking of you guys. Well, those don't necessarily seem unnatural for a finder, although I never saw what caused that bookshelf to fall, mind you. It could have been you developing more power somehow. Like telekinesis? Am I turning into a superhero? Anything but that. Did you say something? Oh, no. Okay, well, we know the HAL thing is out of the ordinary. Maybe that is some advanced finder ability. If not, it could be a latent magic power that you were able to harness. Right. We could try to teach you to commune with us. The 3 look among themselves and seem to have decided something. Arin nods and Bjorn smiles as the 3 surround me. Right, so our goal is to think of a person you want to speak to. There's a sort of imbalance in my head as my mind hears what my ears do not. And then send them a message in your head. You need to have them hear you by your own desire for them to do so alone. Whoa. I heard Bjorn's voice. In my head. Is it really that easy for them? Please teach me that, please! Feeling my excitement, Arin steps up to me and smiles, looking me straight in the eyes. Fynn, close your eyes. I do as I'm asked. I hear Geralt, but I don't hear him. All right now, Fynn. I want you to remember our voices, and, one after another, I want you to think of us saying a word you have heard us say. A word I've heard them say. Does it need to be the same word? If so, I think I have one. A word I've heard them all say. Okay, I've got it. I remember when I met each of them and when they said it to me. Arin, just after he rushed me to calm me down because he was the first wolf giant I've ever met. Geralt, when he complimented me after we ran away from Tucker. Second now, water time. Bjorn, when he was excited to find out if I was who he was searching for. Okay. Now say it to us. Try us one at a time. I speak to Arin. Finder. Not quite. Not quite, friend. Again. I speak to Geralt. Finder. Getting there, Fynn. Again. I speak to Bjorn, but this time I don't use my voice. I use my mind. I will the words to him as though I'm angry, as though I'm desperate and need him to hear me. I need them all to hear me. Finder! I hear nothing, and I'm a bit frightened for a moment. Then I hear them laughing and clapping for me. Did I do it? You can all hear me, right? By the great wolf, it is as though he has always been able to do it. What a marvelous learner you are, Fynn. It's true. You are really good at learning fast. Thanks. It kind of makes my eyelashes vibrate to do this. Is that normal? Bjorn nods and chuckles. It took me a week to stop that. It's just a muscle reaction. I have absolute faith that you'll be able to handle this and many other kinds of magic. Bjorn looks so excited. It must make him extremely proud that he was able to teach someone how to speak through their mind. Remember, Fynn, never use that on humans. They're likely to lose their minds. So do not try to use this to fend off those brutes, as much as it pains me to ask of you. I nod and shudder, thinking about how horrible it'd be to try to talk to any of the football team in person, let alone with my mind. Heathens, a lot of them. Well, for now, maybe we should finish up here and all return to our homes. Fynn, you can call out to one of us if you decide you wish to spend time together before tomorrow. There isn't any rush on us going, so don't feel the need to choose hastily. Returning by Monday is just convenient, not necessary. It's just that the elders are convening in a neutral distance between our respective villages for the next few days. I'd nod and take that into consideration. Even if I decide not to go with them this time, we could still go at a more reasonable time. I need to think. Alright, I need to think about all this, but I'll nap on it and call out to one of you guys later on. We all say our goodbyes, and I close up the shop. After I lock up the door, I see everyone headed in different directions. I happen to follow close behind Arin for a minute. I suppose he lives in the same direction as I do. Suddenly I feel an idea cross my mind, and I jog to catch up to him. Hey, Arin, wait up! Arin turns towards me and smiles. What's the matter, Fynn? Do you need something? Well, honestly, I think it'd be easier for me to just hang out with you three in the order I met you. Oh, I see. That sounds practical, I think. He smiles and scratches his head. So, that means you're gonna hang out with me then? His eyes light up. Yeah, I guess that is what that means. You're stuck with me tonight, Arin. Sorry. Okay. I even have a place in mind. I've been thinking about it since lunch yesterday. He laughs and moves to ruffle my hair, but I narrowly dodge by slightly leaning backward. You'll have to try harder than that, Arin. I've got your measure now. His face switches from mild contentment just when he would reach my hair to shock and confusion when he ruffles nothingness. You dodged it. I smirk, crossing my arms as I lean back, until I realize I'm leaning too far back, and then I flail my arms out in front of me for balance. It really doesn't help much at all, and actually makes me twist as I fall. Thankfully, Arin notices and steps forward to grab my arm and side, allowing me to regain my balance. Whoa, I've got you. Thanks, I almost ate dirt. He looks at me quizzically. I'm about to explain what the phrase means when he takes advantage of my lowered guard. I feel Arin's paw hand betatter the sanctity and order of my neatly groomed and beautiful hair. Betatter, I've never seen that word before. His eyes are locked with mine. I'll get you for this, just you wait. He moves backwards a few paces, a smile forming on his face. I'm waiting. I move forward, he turns and immediately runs away. I chase after him, laughing. Arin and I walk into the large corner pub that I've been to so many times before. It's stationed on the bottom floor of an apartment building, so it's got a great set of windows all along the front and side. Despite the foot traffic outside, it never gets too crowded here. The atmosphere is perfect to get cozy and have a chat with another person, or human or otherwise. Walking to the waist-high desk near the entrance, I ask the hostess for a booth for two. Arin looks around, anxious but very noticeably excited. We're seated almost immediately. Arin sees me take my light jacket off, and he does the same. My heart jumps seeing his physique. The pub bears maybe a dozen total patrons excluding us, with half of them at a single table near the corner where the two walls of windows meet. Arin and I are in a booth closer to the inner corner, opposite the table of 6. The hostess points to our menu tucked into a small caddy at the wall end of the booth and informs us there will be a server to take our order in a few minutes. After looking over the menu on the table for a minute, I spot it, the prized dish Arin so desperately desired. Hey, Arin? You can speak and read my language, right? Even in spite of your otherworldly status? Arin nods. A sly smile spreads swiftly across my face. Arin, offset by this, puts a finger atop the menu I'm looking at and tips it down so he can see what I'm looking at. He didn't even need to read the entry. There's a picture of the meal adorning the outer corner of the menu. His face lights up and his smile is wider than my own now. Fynn, is that what I think it is? Yeah, sure is. Bangers and mash. Probably not as good as your mom's, but I'll have to try some here first. So I know when I finally do try hers, won't I? You know. I picked this place because I thought I recognized the name and description when you gave them to me. I'm glad I was right. Arin looks genuinely excited at the revelation. He looks me in the eyes and gives me a warm smile. A comfort to help me feel at home in your realm. What a kind gift, Fynn. I, however, have also brought a gift for you. Please close your eyes. Trust me. I don't even have it in me to argue or defy. I'm a little curious now. I close my eyes, and, after a moment, something gently caresses the tip of my nose. It's a penis. No. I recognize the smell immediately. Is that... Can I open my eyes now, Arin? I felt something touch my nose. I know what it is before I open my eyes, but I want to confirm his sweet gesture for myself. The aroma is too familiar to me to be anything else. Yes, Fynn. You may open your eyes now. Open my eyes to the most beautiful mums I've ever seen. Arkin, these are beautiful! You remembered my favorite flower? I'm so touched. The wolf giant smiles at me widely, proud. I can't help but smile back, my gaze locked to those pure jade eyes. I take the mums from him and feel the blush on my face. I lay the flowers carefully onto the table. When the waitress, a kindly older woman, comes over, I ask her for a glass of lukewarm water for the flowers, and with the blush on my face still, she smiles and nods. We give her our order, 2 plates of bangers and mash and 2 mugs of beer. After the waitress leaves with our orders, Arkin and I make small talk. I ask general questions about what he's been doing with his time while not looking for me or being around me when necessary. He's pretty athletic. As he's talking, the waitress brings us 2 rather large mugs of beer. The gym building on your college is quite fantastic. I had to have some people show me how to use the equipment, but it makes for a nice way to spend my time. I wouldn't know. I had no idea we even had a fitness center on campus until you told me just now. Most of my exercise comes from walking to and fro here in the city, and since moving out here I haven't so much as looked at a gym. The waitress has returned to the kitchen, probably trying to get us our food. It's been just about enough time now considering the number of topics upon which Arkin and I have reflected. Well, come with me sometime. We'll make it fun, and even though you say you barely exercise, you managed to keep up with me earlier. It's always good to keep up with exercise. He smiles and looks down. I'm always running about doing things for people in my village, and the tasks keep me pretty fit. I like to exercise for myself after all is done. It helps me blow off steam. Fit is an understatement. All 3 of my wolf friends are very well, built. Even for his height, Gerald managed to absolutely toss Tucker, who isn't small himself, like throwing a trash bag into a dumpster. Arkin has half a foot on Gerald and twice as much bulk. I don't even want to imagine how strong he is, or Bjorn for that matter. The waitress brings our food over, and I smile to her in thanks while switching to using Mindspeak to talk to Arkin without being overheard as she straightens up tables nearby. Hey, Neil. Coffee time? Okay. We eat and communicate mentally. You do a lot for the other people of your village, I guess. That's admirable. I'm happy to have been found by such a kind person. You're too kind, but yes, the people in my village are like family, and I do my best to help when I can. Well, how about the great chief side of things? Tell me, what are you hoping to get out of that role? I'd like to know what my potential decision is endorsing, so to speak. Arkin takes a bite of his meal and starts to chew. My hope is to become the great chief and bring a better future to both my village as well as all the tribes throughout the Ironwood. I need to be direct with you, Fynn. There are many matters that are ignored by the elders and even the previous great chief. The last time villages all seemed to be prospering was before our next-to-last greatest chief passed away. The waitress heads back toward the kitchen and our Mindspeak floats into VoiceSpeak seamlessly. I look at the flowers Arkin gifted me. Now sitting in their temporary accommodations as another question comes to mind. You guys use magic to find somewhere to stay, right? There's a bit of silence and I can feel him tense up. He's looking down at his food as though he's lost his appetite, but he picks up his fork again and stabs the sausage. After taking a bite and finishing it, he speaks. Yes. I know what you said yesterday, and I know I agree with you. In the end, it could end up hurting someone. However, at present, we don't necessarily have much of a choice. His eyes betray his true feelings on the subject, and there's no real way to see how or when the glamour wears off, if at all. How did you manage to find the homes, then? Maybe I can help with, damage control. Alright, y'all, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!